There are an estimated 7.5 billion people on the earth. What if I told you we could all be placed into one of four categories? As a wife and mother, it's always a goal of mine to be the best. Recently, I was exposed to the DISC personality and behavior assessment. Understanding and engaging this assessment test of personality and behavior traits has completely shifted my approach to my family. This assessment has helped me bring harmony into my home. The assessment. I thought to myself, what better way to understand this assessment than to apply it on my family? I'd like to take a few minutes and introduce you to my family. By now we have become somewhat acquainted, but I am Sandra and I am a D personality, which stands for dominant. I am a wife and a mother of 4 children. Next is my husband, Bishop. He is an I personality. He is the senior pastor of Authentic Church. He is very outgoing and charismatic, and he is genuinely concerned about the well-being of other people. Jonathan is my oldest son. He is an S and I personality. Jonathan loves to make people laugh and enjoys being the life of the party. This is where we see his I personality trait kick in. However, we also see his S personality kick in with his predictable behavior and manners. Lyric is our second child, who is a S and C personality. Her S personality trait shows through her love for her family and always wanting to bring peace to her home. But we also see her C personality trait in the way that she has to know every little detail before we do anything. Lyric is talented and creative. Her day never ends without making sure that she has drawn or painted a picture for mommy and daddy's approval. And last but not least, we have Isabella, who is a D personality. Isabella is active, strong-willed, and very competitive. She is determined to accomplish any task set in front of her. She is always the first one to help and is extremely clean and neat. Now more than ever, I understand that there is not a blanket level of communication. God created equally but different. Now with my new information, I was eager to take what I have learned and apply it to my home. First, I decided to start with my husband. He is a carefree, happy-go-lucky guy, while I, on the other hand, like order and need to know the plan before we do anything. After our first year of marriage, we soon learned just how different we were. We both would have told you in the past that we could not reach a solution to any problem in our relationship because it seemed impossible to communicate. For instance, my communication is usually very direct and to the point. I have found through this assessment that this can come across as very disrespectful and very unloving. My husband, being an I, cannot receive communication in that manner. He is a lovable person and needs to be approached with respect and love. So I have learned to approach him in love by communicating with a softer tone and some idea of what I'm trying to get across.
Gosh.
And now this assessment has allowed us to strengthen our communication and love for one another. As a result, we are able to build each other up and enjoy our time together. Next is my son Jonathan. Living with a teenage boy can be very challenging. Jonathan is an S and I. One of the things I found myself struggling with this past year was what I considered his lack of initiative. This was extremely difficult to embrace because as a D personality, it is important for me to set goals and strive to be a leader in everything that I do. However, it wasn't until the results of his assessment I found that with his S personality traits, my son prefers to follow and not to lead. I also discovered that his personality does not like to be rushed. My heart's desire is to increase his motivation and build leadership skills in him that he will carry throughout life. In the past, I would hear him say, "Mom, why are you so upset?"
Jesus Christ.
And now I understand that the I personality trait in him needs loving communication as well. and my approach needs to be soft-spoken to cater to his S personality.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
I am so excited about our future. It looks to be a bright one. Now we have Lyric. Lyric is our oldest daughter. She is extremely concerned with detail and is by far the most creative child I have in my household. As her mother, I want nothing more than for her to work hard and be diligent in all aspects of life. I have found myself bumping heads with her as a D personality because my instructions usually come to her straight. Her having a C personality, she likes to know everything about the instructions, and while doing homework, she likes to take time out while doing her homework and doodle. As a D personality, it is very hard for me to be patient because I'm the type of person that wants to get things done. After the results of this assessment, I have learned that my initial conversation with her needs to be very detailed.
Here's the plan.
Doing homework with a S and C is different than doing homework with a D personality. Patience needs to be applied with Lyric while doing her homework. Her questions to me is not a sign of rebellion, but a concern for perfection. This has been key in helping her cultivate productive work and study habits. Lastly, we have Isabella. Isabella is a D personality. Coincidentally, we are the same in a lot of the things that we do. I very rarely find myself in conflict with her, but it's probably because she views the world like I do. She is full of energy and very outspoken. I find myself having to be a little bit more firm with her when giving instructions. But now I understand that as a D personality, she is set and determined to do what she wants to do. This assessment showed me that she is very competitive and goal-oriented, and reaching for the stars will never be a challenge for her. In conclusion, this assessment has been life-changing for my family and I. I look forward to implementing the knowledge that I have received.